Hi, John Risby here from the Alcohol Free Shop. Like many other people, I woke on Tuesday to the news that John Prine had died overnight, aged 73, of complications from the coronavirus. I'm not going to tell you how great he was. Plenty of other people have done that and will do that. I just wanted to share a little story of what John Prine meant and means to me and the part he played in my stopping drinking. He never knew he played a part in it, of course. Why would he? We never met. We never spoke. At least, I never spoke to him. It was a single line from one of his songs that made a huge impact on me. It very possibly turned what could have been just another attempt to stop drinking into, so far, nearly 16 years of being sober. It was a Monday morning back in June 2004 when I decided, again, I had to get sober. This time it felt more serious. I felt like I'd hit my rock bottom and things had to change. So I called AA, I went to a meeting that day and decided I was giving up for good. I left that meeting feeling like a new person. I felt 7 foot tall. I was going to stop drinking. I was going to change my life. There was one small problem. I had tickets to see John Prine 2 days later, on the Wednesday. I knew that if I stopped drinking on that Monday, I wouldn't be well enough to go. And, I'd been looking forward to it. I also knew that if I used it as an excuse to put off stopping, I might just forget how strongly I felt that day and carry on. You can probably guess what I did. Like any good or bad addict, I decided to carry on drinking until after the concert. Classic case of finding any excuse to put off getting sober. Wednesday evening came and we did a little pre-concert mini sort of pub crawl, my farewell tour. None of the pubs were regulars, none of them meant much to me, but it didn't really matter. The drinking that night, it was more from necessity than desire. I just needed to get through the evening so I could stop drinking the next day, as I'd promised myself. So after a few pints in a few pubs, we finally got to the concert, where obviously there was a bar. So fittingly, perhaps my last drink outside the house was cheap lager in plastic glasses. I originally discovered John Prine when I was a child from one of my brother's record collections. Then I rediscovered him when I was about 16. He did a performance of Angel from Montgomery, shown on TV, the one where he's sat playing by a lake. But it was in the last couple of years before the concert that I'd really started to get into him. It was the era of Napster and downloading songs. So I knew his songs more than the albums. The venue, the Academy 2, is small, intimate. John has always talked, told stories, sang songs, more like a friend visiting your house than a star performing for a paying crowd. It was fantastic to hear some of my favourites. Lake Marie in particular was stunning, even as I tried to ignore the row of drunken idiots in front of me. Even then I was still judging other people's drinking. But it was a song that I didn't know very well that made the biggest impact on me, and specifically one line. The song was Sins of Mephisto, and the line, Sally used to play with her hula hoops, now she tells her problems to therapy groups. A few days before, that would have meant nothing special to me. That night, it was like being punched in the gut by Groucho Marx. I instantly laughed, I gasped for air, and I started filling up at the same time. Without getting too hippie about it, and knowing full well he'd have sang that line whether or not I decided to stop, or whether I was even at the concert. At the time, it felt like he sang that line for me. It was him telling me, you're doing the right thing, enjoy tonight, then stop drinking, stop being a dick, and start rebuilding your life. And that's exactly what I did. Well, most of that anyway. I had the pleasure to see him live again a year or so later, this time sober. He never knew what that line meant to me that night, of course. That's often true for a lot of the things we say and do. Not many people have the musical skills that John Prine had. Not many of us can craft such wonderful songs and perform them so beautifully. And certainly very few of us can tell stories like he did. But all of us are able to help or harm other people with our words and actions, whether we mean to or not. Thankfully, that night, John helped me, and for that, he'll always have a special place in my heart. Rest in peace, John.
Sally used to play with her hula hoops. Now she tells her problems to therapy groups. Oh yeah.